Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We got some Friday baseball for August 21st. Uh, um, Thursday went exactly how I expected it. There were some chalky guys that hit, like Walker, Seager. I mean, Seager isn't really chalk per se anymore, but he used to be. He literally used to be my favorite guy to pick a couple years ago. Yeah. But as I guess I'll start with this. I think this is a good way to start because I always say singles are the by far best way to go when you're betting on any sort of sports. And I understand if you're betting like a minus 200, then you got to pony up some dough. But you could always take the spread too, I guess, if it makes sense, because you'll get better odds. Anyway, for player props specifically, single bets are always the best way to go. I'm not going to hit parlays every day, but that was a fun run. I knew it was going to end eventually, obviously, and I felt like it was going to end today. Since it was such a crappy slate. I actually also hit Daz Cameron. He actually hits lefties well. And, I did a little bit of research and I said, you know what? I'm going to take Cameron. So these two alone cash 290. I mean, that's pretty solid. Even if you're betting $5, $10, like still good payouts. And then the very last one I did, so I was monitoring these games. I actually wanted to take the under in this game just from the get go. Um, I just knew, obviously hindsight, whatever. I knew it was going to be a really low scoring game. I didn't know it was going to be 2-0, but I knew it'd go under 7.5. It just had the makings of it. So I was like, you know what? It was ending, the Yankee game was almost over. Literally, if one run scored in this game, I would have, actually, I'm sorry, it's 7.5. So yeah, if one run scored in this game, I would have lost. So, a little risky, but even the odds were bad, -1, it was favored. And then this was plus odds. The funny part was I hedged it when the over under was 1.5 in like the bottom of the eighth or top of the ninth or whatever it was. It was bottom of the eighth because that's when they scored the run. And I won both bets. So go figure. I'll take it. But obviously this is the parlay, but single, that I actually got really lucky on that single. But single home runs, single touchdowns, single hockey goals, always the way to go. Although hockey goals have kind of crappy odds, so I'll be doing mostly parlays with hockey. Maybe some singles in football. I want to go real. I'm gonna go super light on football this year. Last year, I'm gonna be honest. I'll be transparent. I did not hit one football parlay last year, touchdown parlay. I had a lot of singles, but I didn't hit one parlay. The year before was pretty good. I actually hit a four-legger and a three-legger in the same day, and it was seven different guys. So imagine I parlayed, all those guys together. That would have been insane. Anyways, real quick, I put a single bet on Clark. I got him at 950. He's tied with McElroy. I think got her up also. No, it's not got her up. It's the old guy. What's his name? Woodland. So Woodland, he's not going to win this. So it's actually a lot of ties. Spawn got her up. So you don't have to do it. I just said whatever. He's played well this season, so I just wanted to get a little bit of action on him. No big deal. If you want it, take it. If not, don't. I don't care. It's very hard to win this early betting golf, especially when Rory McIlroy's playing well. All right, let's get on to the slate. Okay, so lots of aces on Friday. This is also a very, very good slate to avoid just completely. I I am leaning that, and I work Fridays. I work my full time job on Fridays. I will have time to do research and whatever, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning maybe just do like a strikeout thing here or there, maybe a strikeout parlay, maybe a couple of them. Because we have Sale, Mazeroski, Cam on the Yankees is pitching. Got Luzardo. So, I mean, you got a lot of really good pitchers here. Who else? Sonny Gray. Webb's been good this year. Manaya's been better, but you can probably target him. So, oh, Joe Musgrove's making his debut. Look at that. Would you look at that? Detmers has been really good. So I wouldn't I wouldn't take any Rangers. Rodriguez has been really good. I wouldn't take any Reds, especially in Arizona. I don't like that park. And I will see him on Tuesday at the game. If anyone's going to the Diamondback game on Tuesday, let me know. Can meet up. All right. Go. So Sale versus Mizorowski. Mizorowski has been giving up like a few home runs here and there. So I mean, I'm not saying you can't take him. However, the Braves have been really cold. So do you really trust them? So as you can see here, like 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So he's given up some. He's a human. They also haven't been letting him go as deep in the games. I think they're saving his arm for the playoffs. So his strikeouts is actually probably not the best way to go. As you can see, like I mean, he's still been really good. He's getting double digits a lot. It's just I don't know how often the Braves strike out, so that's something I'll probably look at tomorrow. So you could certainly put him in something if you want. Let me see what his line is for strikeouts. 8.5. So they think he's gonna get 9. And his under is plus money. So they definitely think he's gonna go over. And then Sale, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at how often Milwaukee strikes out. And I don't know. I mean, if you want anyone in this game, I would probably just take Olson. I'm definitely not going to take any Brewers against Sale. There's no way I'm going to take any Brewers against him. Um, the only one I will shout out is Ortiz, just because he's a righty that hits lefties well. And let's see what his splits are. I know he hit one his last game. Yeah, the 19th. Yeah, that was yesterday. Um, actually, wow, what's his OPS? Yeah, he doesn't really. He only has 2 off lefties, so I mean, you know. So yeah, no, really no, but I don't know. I don't like anything from this game. Look at the over under too. It's 6.5. So that tells you anything. That is typically the default over under is 7.5, like this game, but 6.5. Holy crap! That means they're projecting a very low scoring game. Especially like with the Braves offense has been pretty bad lately, and then Milwaukee. I mean, they're good, obviously, but trusting them to hit home runs is hard. All right, Cardinals and Phillies. Speaking of a struggling offense, the Phillies. Well, actually, no, they're not really struggling. That's a lie. I just lied. They struggle when they start games, and then they get hot like toward the end of the game, and they end up winning somehow, some way. Dobbins versus Luzardo. Herrera and Walker are my 2 looks here. Herrera used to be like a lefty specialist. He's not. He's got 14 this year. Let's see what he's doing this year. Yeah. Yeah. See, last year his OPS was over 1,000, way over 1,000. Like, and that was against lefties specifically. He had 9 home runs. This year he's got 5 with a much lower OPS. So he's just kind of struggling this year. But you can consider him for sure. And then Jordan Walker's just hot. So Walker would be my favorite Cardinal for sure. And other than that, once again, like I said, this is a lot of aces pitching today. Look at Luzardo. He's given up 12 home runs in 150 innings. So, really not a good target. He does not give up a lot of home runs. Just keep that in mind. But if you want to stick with the hot bat, I agree. Then for the Phillies, I mean, tough team to pick right now. So if you want to pick Schwarber, Harper, something like that, do it. But I don't know who to pick on this team right now. I do like the park. It's a very good hitter's park. Milwaukee's a dome. It's kind of mid. It's not really, I wouldn't call it a hitter's park. The weather's fine. So do what you want to do there. But so far, not so good. We're not looking good on these first 2 games. Now, the Yankees have a good matchup here. The Blue Jays are hot. If I don't know what's wrong with Vladdy, I'm assuming he's not going to play here. Vladdy actually has a really, really good history at Yankee Stadium. So if for some reason he plays in any of these games, you can take him for a home run, double, total bases, whatever you want. He has an extremely good history at Yankee Stadium, but it is a very good hitter's park, so it makes sense. If you want anyone in this game, I'm kind of vibing Jimenez as a long shot. And we'll stick with Kirk since he is like the hottest batter. Actually, I'm sorry, Okamoto at Kirk. I don't know why I forgot about Okamoto. Cam's a good pitcher, but he might give up a few bombs here or there. But he's a very good pitcher. He's given up 14 in 152 innings. So, I mean, in theory, he's not a good target. But the Jays are pretty hot actually. Their offense is, hitting well. I think Vladdy out of the lineup helps them, honestly. I think it really helps them. So, because when a guy is struggling, you don't want that, right? So we'll stick with Okamoto as my favorite. Jimenez is a nice little long shot. And then if you want to try Kirk, feel free. For the Yankees against Arrighetti, this guy has been having a tough time this year. He got traded from Houston to the Blue Jays, which is kind of an interesting decision. Now it does say undecided here. What does it say on FanDuel? To be determined. Okay, so this is not 100%. So take this with a grain of salt, but you can take any Yankee lefty you want. Rice is easily going to be the favorite here, and then Grisham. I'm happy to see Garcia hit one today, so I do like him next day. And I really would stay off Jazz, but you can take him at home. Um, I know Jones hit today as well, but I'd kind of rather avoid for now. So really focus, obviously, Rice and Grisham per usual here, and then I think Garcia is fine as well. But overall, the Yankees look good here since Arrighetti's really struggled. And this is assuming Arrighetti pitches, so pay attention to that. Okay. Then we got the Giants and Red Sox. I mean, you can see like all the games over unders right now are 7.5. I don't know what the Yankee game's going to be. Uh, shows 7.5 right now. So interesting. But Webb versus Gray. Let's all outside. Go ahead, Lou. Okay. Do, do, do. Um, Wind is blowing in 9 miles per hour, so not ideal. See what strikeouts are looking like here. I mean, I'm really thinking we just gotta focus strikeout parlays or ladders or something on this day because this is just looking super ugly. For the Giants, Devers is just too cold for me. Yeah, I mean, Sonny Gray's been so good this year. He's 15-3 with a 2.65 ERA. He's been so good. Boston at home, I mean, at least they're a safer play here, with like Abreu, Duran. Obviously, you can take Contreras. So, I mean, if you want to test the waters here, but I mean, this is just simply another avoid, especially with the wind blowing in. Um, it's actually kind of cool too, 68 degrees. And when the weather cools off, it suppresses home runs. So you have cooler weather with the wind blowing in. So not ideal. Not a good game to target off. 41% chance of rain too. I didn't even see that. All right, so far we're still thinking about strikeouts in this slate because my goodness, Washington and Miami, where are you? All right, that was not listed, so we'll just go over it real quick. Will Dion versus Gusto. Will Dion. So this is a big park. I don't like picking it for home runs. It's a very big park. It's good for doubles, maybe triples if you want to go, maybe total bases, want to go something like that. That's fine. I don't know who this Dion guy is. I don't know who's actually starting. Looks like it's going to be Brad Lord is going to open. And then this guy's going to come in. He's a lefty, which does hurt a lot of the options here. We'll go Hernandez as my favorite Marlin. And then for Washington, I mean, you could go like Ortiz, you know, pretty much the like, I guess, quote unquote obvious guys like Cruz, maybe Abrams, but Abrams is super cooled off, and he got the day off today though. Oh, he's got an injury. I didn't know that, so he might not play. But it says hopefully be back in Saturday's lineup, so it looks like he won't play tomorrow. His last home run was August 11th, so yeah. Anyway, Hernandez would be my favorite in this game, and we'll stick with Ortiz for the Nats, but I'm not going to take any Nats in this game. As bad as Gusto looks, the Nats kind of suck too. So, whatever. We'll move on. But I'm not going to take any strikeouts in that game. These pitchers are just too like, bleh. Peralta versus Rogers. Rogers has been better as of late. This is a very good hitter's park. I do like this is a game you could target. Peralta's been pretty bad this year overall. Rogers has been better. Let me actually see what he's looking like here. Last year was literally unhittable. So he's given up a home run in 3 straight games. Before that, though, he didn't give a home run in 3 straight games. And then he also had a streak here of not giving one up in 4 straight games. So, kind of hit or miss. Good hitter's park, though. So you can obviously take Caminero if you'd like. I know he's cold, but, there's potential here. Diaz as well. Diaz and Caminero. If you want to go Velati, I think that's good too. DeLuca is like a sneaky little long shot. So there's options here. Cam's odds are really low because it's a good hitter's park. I like Diaz though because at 520, those are nice odds. And Velati at 600 looks good too. So um, I'm gonna go Diaz just because he's in better form over Cam, but just because he's in better form, you can certainly take Caminero though. Now, like I said, Peralta's struggled this year. He's 5-10. His ERA is over 5. So Petey for sure. Basayo, Strand, Beaver. Beavers is hot right now. He's actually a really good option right now. Where's he at? 630 too. He's got nice odds, so I like that. So Petey's the obvious favorite here for me. If you want to do like a Petey Caminero 2-legger, I'm down. I do like Basayo. I usually pick him. I'm usually really good at picking him, but you could also wait for him to hit one since he just recently came back. But Strand is also pretty hot, so you know, pick Cowser. This is theoretically you could stack Baltimore. It's just it's kind of hard to trust them in a stack, but it is the best looking game so far that I've seen easily. Aside from the Yankees, look good too. So feel free to take Yankees and Orioles so far. But Diaz and Pete, my favorites there, and then Beavers since he's hot. Mets and White Sox, Mania versus Burke. Mania's a lefty, so be careful here. Murakami, I'm pretty sure he does not hit lefties well at all. 192 average. He does have 6 home runs. His average is really low compared to, righties, 248, which still isn't fantastic. But these days, that's actually a good average. So just keep that in mind. I don't mind you taking him, but I'd rather Meadroth, Vargas. I actually like Grichuk here, so I'm gonna go a little contrarian. I'll take Grichuk as my favorite White Sox. Colson Montgomery is way too cold for me right now to consider, and it's a lefty-lefty matchup against the starter at least. If you want to live bet, when a righty comes in, that would make more sense to me. But Grichuk, I'm gonna go as my favorite here, and then of course I like Vargas, and then I like Meadroth as a long shot. I should have gone over Mets. I did not go over Mets. Benji, I like, and it's pretty much it. And whoever catches for the Mets catchers are, for whatever reason, Alvarez and Torrens have been pretty solid. And you get good odds with Torrens, so if you want. But I'm going to stay off Mets here, mostly because Burke's pretty good. Wind is right to left. Yeah, so Grichuk will be my favorite in this game. Oh, show. A's and Astros. This was an ugly game for the Astros today, huh? Who would have thunk? Ginn has been pretty good this year versus Hayden Wesneski. How many innings are you pitching, Hayden? 5, 6, 7, 4. Okay. He's only given up 2 home runs. Man, the A's are just so random this year. They're kind of hard to pick because how random they are. You know. I think I'm just gonna stay away from this game. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Obviously you can take Alvarez if you want. I really liked Pena today. He unfortunately got hit by a pitch, I think, yesterday, so he didn't play today. Poop. I'm leaning Butler, but I'd rather take him at home. This is a better park for righties too, so it's like, All right, we'll say Max Muncy. How about that? There you go. Who are the Dodgers playing? All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the Max Muncy parlay. So take Muncy on the A's and take Muncy on the Dodgers, because this Max Muncy has a phenomenal matchup. So there you go. We made the parlay of dreams. Also, fun fact: they were both born on the same day. Max Muncy Athletics. I don't know if they were born the same year though. That's the real question. Let's see. 8/25, 1990. Oh, it's almost their birthday. 8/25, 2002. So I don't know. How do you explain that? How does that 35 and 23 years old? I mean, I don't know. That's pretty crazy. They have the same name and they were born same birthday. Not the same year, but yeah. So there you go. The Muncie play is in play according to Steve Anytime. All right, what's next? Detroit and Kansas City. Melton versus Cameron. All right. Well, we know Melton's been really good this year. Cameron, he's semi-targetable. He's been a little better. He doesn't really give up as many home runs as he used to. So he's kind of figured it out. Let's see. He did give up 3 here against at Baltimore. Once again, really good hitters park. So he hasn't given up a home run in 5 straight games. That's impressive. And ooh, he pitched a complete game here against the Angels. Nice. Good for him. 8 strikeouts. Yeah, he's pitched well lately. Let's see. Torres is horrible against lefties. Please do not take him against a lefty. Let me just show you. I'm going to illustrate this to you. He has a 161 average with 2 home runs and a. It's actually not that bad of an OPS, but it's not great either. So he's just really bad against lefties this year for whatever reason. A 161 average. It's not good. Don't do it. I know some people are going to see him and he's probably going to be in leadoff and they go, oh my God, I'm going to take Torres. Anyway, it's just hard to pick this team right now. They're not hitting home runs. So even Dingler's cold. When's the last time he hit a home run? July 31st. He hasn't hit a home run this month. What is going on here? All right. Well, we're fading Detroit just considering Cameron hasn't given a homer up in like 5-6 straight games. So there you go. KC, Bobby Witt's really hot right now. If you want to take him for a home run, that's fine. I'm thinking more of like total bases, double, something like that. And then I don't trust Caglione against him, so I'd rather not. So yeah. Once again, mostly just avoid this game. Although they do like the over, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know if I do. Detmers versus Gore. Yuck. Detmers has been excellent lately. I really wish the Cubs got him. There was like they said the Cubs traded for him, and then they're like, oh, nope, I lied. So that was kind of annoying. I like Nito again. And that's it. And then against Detmers. Yeah, nobody. All right, moving on. Take Detmer's strikeouts, though. I like his strikeouts. He's a very good pitcher. I don't know if the Rangers strike out a lot, but at least, you don't have to ladder them up. But once again, the over is plus money, the under is minus. They think it's going to be a low scoring game. So simple as that. Sometimes you just have to eliminate a game like that. But hey, it could end 19-20. I don't care. All right, this game, the under is plus money, the over. So this is one of the best games target slate. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, it's in Coors Field. Oh my God, I'm so smart. Wind is 9 miles per hour, 93 degrees. Which way is the wind blowing though? Hello? There you are. Oh, it's blowing in, but whatever. I don't care. It's Coors Field. All right. Cantillo versus Gordon. So this is funny. So one of my members in Discord is a huge Stephen Kwan fan. Hey, this is it, Jam. This is it right here. If he doesn't hit one at Coors Field against a righty, I mean, he could hit one against a lefty. I don't expect it, but take him every game against a righty just for fun. Don't go crazy on it. Put like a small unit on it. But Yeah, that was a long shot. You can take him. And then, of course, you can take Chase. This could be when Jose Ramirez finally hits a home run because it is at Coors Field. So there you go. Lau's fine. Obviously, Adele's going to be super popular. Bazana's fine. So, you know, like I said, the unders plus money. They think it's going to be a high scoring game. It's a little surprising because Cantillo, but I will say this: typically the over under here is 11.5. So I think that's why it's plus money for the under. So just think of it that way. The default usually is 11.5. Sometimes it's 12.5 if it's two really bad pitchers. But Cleveland looks really good here. I don't know what's going on with Goodman, but I guess he's out for a while. They put him on the injured list. That's what they did. So unfortunate. Let's see how Castro hits lefties. I don't know. 4 home runs, good average. Not much. Okay. So it looks like Colorado's mostly a fade here. If Sullivan plays, if he catches, I kind of like Sullivan again. And that's pretty much it. But yeah, we'll focus Cleveland here as they look really good. So we'll move on. Alrighty. Good times. Reds. Did I skip? I feel like I skipped a game. No, I didn't. All right. Oh, I see. This just skips the San Diego game. All right. Well, we'll just move on to this for now. Reds and Diamondbacks. Lodolo versus Ryder. Okay, double lefty. Already don't like it. Like I said, I don't really like any Reds against. Although, all right, I just remembered Suarez was on the D-backs. He had a lot of home runs at this park. He does like hitting here. So if you really want someone, take Suarez. That's fine. I will accept. And then I'm okay with Stewart, but I'll say Suarez is my favorite red if you really want one. But we've seen how bad their offense has been, even at home, a really good hitter's park. Their offense has been really bad. So be really careful with this team against a pitcher who's been really, really good this year. And then for the Diamondbacks against Lodolo, Moreno's been hot, especially doubles, total bases. Take him for something like that. You can take him for a home run here. That's fine. Just gonna check his splits because I'm curious. Yeah, he's got a high OPS on both really, but yeah, 4 home runs, good average on lefty. He's just been solid this year. He's been a good player. Oronado's been pretty good too. He's actually been a really savvy veteran for this team. I'm surprised he's got 20 home runs. 6 home runs off lefties, so he's an option. I think Arenado's fine. And then if you want to go like super crazy like Tawa, have fun with it. Jordan Lawler's had a horrible MLB career so far. I would not take him. He has one career home run so far. Not a lot of games, but they haven't given him a lot of chances because he hasn't performed. So be really careful with him. I would not pick him. All right. So my favorite Diamondback is Arenado. That's for you, Mike. And then if you want a Red Suarez. Twins and Padres. That game's not listed. Okay. San Diego, also another shitty park for hitting home runs. So be warned. Musgrove hasn't pitched in a very long time. When's the last time this guy pitched? He did not pitch last year. He hasn't pitched since 2024. And he pitched in 19 games, 99 innings, 97 innings the year before. So he really hasn't pitched much recently. Looks like he had some minor league stints where he gave up a couple home runs. So we'll certainly target him here. I think he'll be rusty. So, Buxton hasn't really been doing much since he's come back, but if you want to give him a whirl, and I'm okay with it. But I would rather have like Lewis, Clemens, Bell, something like that. But he's still a good look here, Buxton, because he is still Byron Buxton. So my favorite is a good question. I don't really know. I'm gonna go with Josh Bell. We'll go with Josh Bell. He's a switch hitter too, so I like that. And then San Diego's been good lately. Been really good actually. Their offense has been hot. So Tatis, Machado. I like Hayes against lefties. I know he didn't hit last time I called him out, but we can give him another whirl. So I like Hayes here as well. And so Bell and Ooh, it's tough. Do I take? Yeah, I'll take Tatis as my favorite. He's in leadoff. We know that. Leadoffs are my favorite to pick. So his OPS off lefties this year has been phenomenal too. He's got a 9.38 OPS, 6 home runs. He does have more off righties, but it's still fine. It's a much. If he had the same amount of at bats, plate appearances as righties, he would have more home runs against lefties. So just think of it that way. Where's the sample size? All right, so Bell, Tatis there, and then the Cubbies. My Cubbies go to Seattle. That's kind of fun. Never been to Seattle though. Boyd versus Hancock, lefty versus righty. So Pete Crow's fine. This is a really bad park for hitting. Like I hate picking from here, like with fiery passion. My least favorite is San Francisco, but this is probably next. So just keep that in mind. You could simply just avoid this game if you want, but the under is actually plus money, and then the over 7.5 is minus. So they are thinking it's going to go over 7.5 runs. So you can go Petey, and I think we'll just stick with Suzuki. And then, yeah, I think that's about it there. You could take Bush if you want. It's a good matchup. I just don't really trust him right now since, even though he did finally hit the other day, he's got 15. Okay. And we've seen the Mariners offense. The Mariners offense is just straight bad right now. And facing a lefty isn't going to help them. You know, it won't help like Canzone or Naylor. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna stay away. I think if you want Julio or Randy would be my only choices here. But I'm not personally I cannot take any Mariners. They're just not good right now. So I avoid bad teams when they're cold. It's just the way it goes. Baseball players, creatures of habit. Pirates and Dodgers. This is a nice looking game on paper for sure. Bubba Chandler is a good target. Yamamoto is a good pitcher. So I don't really like the Pirates. The only thing I'll say is this is a very good hitter's park with always very good weather. So if you really want Brandon Lau or Cruz I would prefer, but you can take either of them here if you really want. So if I absolutely had to pick a favorite Pirate, I would take Cruz, but I would also take Yamamoto strikeouts here. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to assume the Pirates are a good team to pick for strikeouts. 9.635. Well, he's really been not really striking out many people. So I'm actually wondering what his line is now. 6.5. So 7. Yeah, I can see him getting 7. Sure, why not? I like the Dodgers here a lot. So Otani for sure. I do not like Freddie Freeman right now for a home run. If you want to take him for like a double or something, that's fine. He can certainly hit you a double. But home runs, he's just super cold. It looks like July 1st was July. No way. Wow. July 4th. Okay. July 4th was his last home run. It's August 20. Well, tomorrow's August 21st. Wow, that is crazy. It's almost been 2 months since he's hit a home run. That is wild to me. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, I like Muncie a lot in this game, so I'm gonna parlay both the Muncies just for fun, and I'm also gonna parlay Otani and Muncie here because that's a nice little teammate parlay as well. And then if you want anyone else, that's fine. If you want Mookie, Edmund, feel free to take them. Cruz, see, he's only plus 330. Even Valdez is pretty low odds. Lau's odds just went. Oh, of course, everyone's odds are going down. What is Horowitz is a little tempting. I'm not gonna lie. Plus 830 is really nice odds for him. He just hasn't been very good this year since he came back from his injury, so it's hard to pick him. It is tempting though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think that's about it. Cool. Sweet. All right. I think we're good. Finito. 34. Holy crap. Almost 35 minutes. I didn't realize it was that long. We'll talk tomorrow. And I'm gonna be on the lookout for my one of my men. He makes strikeout parlays, so I'm gonna tail some of his, and I'll probably make one of my own just for fun. But I am not a strikeout pro by any means. I'll be 100% transparent with you guys about anything to do with sports betting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cool. All right. We all have a fantastic day and a good night, and we will see you on Friday. Peace.